Hello beautiful souls and welcome to Virgo season. We are entering that really great time to get organized, get things streamlined, clean, and just generally make the house and our life feel that much better. I have what's hopefully going to be a really exciting pick a card reading for you today, so let the magic begin. So welcome to Virgo season. I know we're kind of already in it. I feel like it's come about really quickly. I feel like it was a minute ago that we were in Cancer season and then Leo season. Suddenly Virgo season's here and I'm like, oh my god, it's already going to be autumn. Virgo is a mutable earth sign, which I find really interesting because I feel like Virgo, because it's often portrayed as the perfectionist, kind of don't expect it to be mutable, right? But actually it's much more resilient and flexible than we kind of give it credit for. And it's the ruler of the 6th house, which is the house of like health and daily routines and stuff. So it's perfect for getting your life in order if you're not already doing so. It's ruled by Mercury and it's portrayed as the maiden or the virgin, or in some cases the goddess. It's got quite a soft feminine energy to it, which is really interesting because it's such an earthy energy. We kind of can connect it to Mother Earth if you like. So definitely take some time to look at where you have Virgo in your chart, which house it's in or which planets or asteroids that you have it in. Really good to look at those. And also if you have checked your soul plan chart, it might be worth looking at where you have a 10-1 in your chart, because 10 is connected to Virgo. So that really is bringing in that perfectionist, but also there's like a level of humility and getting things done, right? Working. So today we have cards from the Modern Witch Tarot, which I haven't used with you guys for quite a while. I have used it recently when I gave my friend a reading for her birthday, but I haven't used it on here for a while. And we also have the Sacred Self-Care Oracle as well. I wanted to bring that one in. I feel like because there's so much work that goes on in Virgo season, I think it's good to make sure your self-care is really a priority this month. So I just invite you to close your eyes and just tune into yourself and just ask, what do I need to know that's going to support me in Virgo season right now? What is the information that is key to me understanding this season for me? And when you're ready, just open your eyes and just choosing either from card pile 1, which is on the left, or card pile 2, which is on the right, and just always trusting that you know what's right for you. If you want to watch both, that's completely fine. You're allowed to do that. It's totally up to you. But let's dive into those readings. So if you chose card pile 1, then the card for you, which is your main theme for Virgo season, is the Knight of Swords. And I really love this card because there's so much energy in it. The way that the artist has created this movement, I think is really special, because I think that's what's really important for you this month, is there's a lot of movement, and actually the word that's coming in is dynamic. So it's like you're really taking action, which is again represented by the swords, right? You know, taking action, piercing through and actually creating something rather than just sitting and thinking about it. Even though the swords are air, I definitely get the sense that there's like action being taken by you. So this is really about you being motivated and inspired to take action and really get things done. So that could be in like a homely sense. It might be that you just think, oh my gosh, I'm going to go through all my drawers and just declutter and donate things that no longer fit me or I no longer like. Or it could be in a sense of, do you know what, I'm going to change my job. I feel like I need a change of scenery. I mean, you could argue that there's a change of scenery going on here because it's like this person is just moving through things, getting things out of the way, like taking that action, right? You know, being dynamic in how they approach their life. So I feel like there's a great opportunity for you here with this card this month. And what's interesting as well is when I shuffled, both the cards for card pile 1 and card pile 2, that's the main theme, fell out as I was asking what was the most appropriate for you. So obviously this is really important for you, card pile 1. It's really what you need to know at this moment in time, is that you have the ability to have that success. You've got the motivations to go out and go for it, basically. What's also really interesting about this card is that obviously Virgo season is definitely like a planning season, an organizing season, and this card is very much against that. It's like you just go ahead and do it. Like you just feel the kind of excitement or the drive or the ambition within you and you just go for it. You don't stop and like make a plan and think, oh, is this right, is this right? So maybe that's quite good, because maybe you have been stalling a little bit with Virgo season. Obviously we're in Mercury retrograde as well, so there's like a little bit of, you know, like a halt, whoa, right? With the horse, you're on the horse and you're like, whoa, okay, hang on a minute, I need to stop and, you know, think about this. But actually this card is like, don't stop and think about it unless you really know it's not right for you. Just allow yourself to go for it. Like, there's an energy of success around you, so lean into that energy right now. And as I say, even if that's just cleaning your house, that's fine. You're allowed to be successful in small ways. It doesn't have to be big, right? We always think of success as like landing a dream job, getting married, having kids, buying a big car, going on holiday, maybe getting an award or something, but actually that's not always the case. I should probably add followers in there as well. I think a lot of people nowadays spend a lot of time thinking about followers as being success, right? But that's not really what success is about. Success is about you achieving things through joy, right? Having a joyful time whilst you're doing it. You could get the award, you could get the followers, you could get the job, but if you're not happy in the process or with the outcome, was it really successful? Was it really worth it? So I think you're really leaning into that at the moment and looking at what for you, analysing what for you success means, because Virgo is very much connected to that idea of analysing, right? So maybe you're even like journaling and taking stock of things internally, right? Maybe you're doing the work internally and being like, okay, do I feel successful right now? Internally, do I have that drive and that ambition, that motivation? Like, if I'm not feeling that, maybe I need to change something so that I do feel that. I feel like there's some questions coming up for you, and what I really love, and I think the space for you to dive into those questions, is with your self-care card, which is spend time with animals. I feel like that's just so lovely, because obviously, as I say, Virgo is all about Mother Nature, Earth, right? So spending time with animals, what could be more down to earth than that? So here, this person is obviously with owls and stags and wolves. If you want to do that, by all means, I'm not going to stop you unless it's unsafe for you. But I think just spending time with animals, that could be spending time with your pets, or a pet that your family member or your friend has if you don't have pets yourself. But it could also be something simple like bird watching. And I know that sounds really boring, but actually if you watch birds, especially like on a daily basis, you can kind of see their motives and their relationships and their like desires in a way. It's quite funny actually watching them. So maybe there's something just really simple that you can do this month to spend time with animals to kind of balance out that, you know, that going for things, that dynamism. Is that a word? I think it is. With something really gentle and relaxing, like spending time with animals, kind of nourishing yourself in that respect, right? So I think as well, these feel like quite woodland creatures, so I'm wondering as well if maybe you can have an opportunity to go to some woods, or even just a wooded area, you know, like somewhere with a lot of trees. Maybe watch the squirrels or something. That's quite a nice thing that you can do just to balance things out for you this month. So if you chose card pile 2, then you chose the sun as your main theme for Virgo season. And the only thing I'm going to say is this card did fall out as I was shuffling, and when I picked it up it was reversed. So if you feel that the reversed element of this card is more aligned for you, by all means tune into that. I'm going to read this upright because I want to be optimistic, and I also feel like when something's fallen out, you can't always take it as definitely upright or definitely reversed, purely because I was standing as I was shuffling. It's not as if I was sitting at a table and it fell on the table, it fell on the floor, so it might have flipped in the air. So that's why I'm going to read it as upright for you guys. So obviously this is bringing in a lot of positivity, a lot of optimism, a lot of good news. I feel like this is good, and I cannot remember what we had last month for Leo season, so you might have to remind me in the comments below, but I feel like you've done so much healing work, and this is an opportunity for you to just relax, okay, and just enjoy yourself. This little figure, she's just chilling. She's waving her flag, she's happy. I mean, it's ironic that she's waving a red flag, but let's not worry about that for now. Let's just tune into the overall positivity of this card. So even if stuff has felt maybe, as I say, like reversed, if it's felt maybe a bit negative or a bit heavy or a bit difficult for this season so far, I think there is like light at the end of the tunnel, if you like. And sometimes we have to push through those darker moments in order to find the light. And sometimes it's like you're just pushing through and it just feels like it's never ending, and you're like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to get back into that good space, that warmth, that sun? And this card is just saying to you, yes, you are going to get back to that. It just might be that you have that little bit further to push. I'm getting this imagery of like crawling through the earth and like pushing the soil and the earth out of the way, right? It's quite a physical thing, so it might be quite a physical experience that you've had. It might not necessarily be like a spiritual one or a mental or an emotional one. It feels like quite a physical thing that you might have gone through, pushed yourself through, right? And you're finally like, okay, there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there's going to be good times, there's going to be optimism, there's going to be new positive things coming in. So I think this is a good reminder, and I want to bring in your self-care card, which I think is really lovely actually. So we've got sound healing. So this card is really encouraging you to tune in, quite literally, to sound in a healing capacity. So if you can find a sound bath or a gong bath, anything like that near you, whether it's a private one-to-one thing and you just go for sound healing, or whether it is a group class that you go to, I think that is going to be really important for you to bring you through to that positive phase, okay? And sometimes it's like, sound baths can be so incredibly intense on a physical level. Sometimes they really just cleanse the whole space. So maybe you just need that. Maybe it's like you've done so much of the digging and the like moving things, right? It feels really hands-on, that maybe you're now ready to just let yourself relax and just tune into that. So I think self-care is really important. I think actually for both card pile 1 and card pile 2, the self-care stuff is really important for this month, perhaps more so than it has been for previous astrological seasons, right? I'm just getting a sense that nurturing yourself is going to be really important to balance things out quite a lot. So I just encourage you to find something that's connected to sound healing or a sound bath or a gong bath or whatever it may be. It needs to be more than just music though. It needs to be those, like, whatever it's like 432 or 423. It needs to be those, that specific hertz, but it needs to be that hertz, I think, to like really clear things for your cells, like on a physical cellular level. It might not feel like you're doing that, but it definitely is going to do that for you with sound healing or a sound bath. So I think that the encouragement this month is to know that you can get through to the other side. So to keep going. Don't know why my throat's gone really sore. Why is my throat like this? So it's just like an encouragement for you to keep going and to know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and to do something like loving towards yourself with self-care for this season. So I hope that you've enjoyed these readings and that they have brought some light or some insight into what's going on for you right now. Let me know how they've resonated in the comments below, or I know a lot of you guys message me privately as well, which is really lovely, so feel free to do that. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. So let the magic. I have a really exciting so this card is really encouraging you to, or definitely down as your main theme for this. I think that's everything I want to say. I really need to sneeze.